you being on my show for the past year or so, we've talked about the whole, you know, situation with Asian Americans,
Right.
Old women getting beat up and
Right.
people trying to get set on fire and everything else like that. But I feel it really culminated in the last month or so when 8 people got killed in Atlanta's massage parlors. 6 of them were Asian,
Right.
which I feel triggered the Stop Asian Hate movement.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say it wasn't there before, but I feel like that really put a spotlight on things. Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, whenever things like that happen, it's gonna hit the media and it's gonna spiral it, you know. Yeah, I do agree.
What changed after that situation?
After that situation?
Yeah.
I mean, there's more awareness, you know. But I don't know if that actually helps the situation or makes the situation worse. You know what I'm saying? Because the attacks are still happening, you know. Right. So I definitely more awareness, definitely more outrage, but I don't know if it's making the that, whatever anti xenophobia or anti-Asian that is going on, that sentiment, I don't know if that fixes that, if that changes anything on that for the better, you know.
Well, last year, I looked it up. Last year, 73% of Americans had negative views of China, which is a 13% increase over 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is due to COVID
Mm-hmm.
and people feeling like China was responsible for the COVID outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say this. You can hate a government or a country's leader and not hate the people themselves. If you feel that China was responsible for COVID getting out and messing the world up, it wasn't the people that are responsible for it. It's whoever the leaders are and the
Right.
choices that they made.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that you could hate what Israel's doing to Palestine and not be anti-Semitic and not
Right.
hate Jewish people as a whole.
Right.
I don't agree with some of the stuff that Palestine, I don't agree with some of the things that Israel has done to Palestine. I feel like this situation should have been worked out a long time ago. Land should have been given back and everything else like that. But you could feel the same way as me and not hate Jews as a race of people.
Right.
So the fact that you may be upset over China's political policies should not give you a justification to go beat up old Chinese women. Because it seems like the majority of this in certain areas is happening to older Chinese people. In fact, like I looked it up, NYPD records show that a vast number of cases of so-called hate crimes were closed without action, with the greatest increase involving older Asian New Yorkers. Not necessarily Chinese, because you don't even know if someone's Chinese or Japanese or Korean or whatever from the outside looking in. I'm sure you can look at a person and say, oh, he's Chinese or, he's Malaysian or
Right.
whatever else. But to an average outsider, they don't understand the distinction. You go and beat up a Japanese person thinking they're Chinese. Like, it's just ignorant, on every level.
Right.
You know what I mean? In Los Angeles, hate crimes against Asians have more than doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really, really a problem right now.
Yeah, it is.
Can it be improved?
I don't know. I mean, I don't see it improving anytime soon, because there are certain plays and there's certain things in play, you know what I'm saying? That, I'm not going to sit here and, do no conspiracy theory shit, but there are different things in play, you know what I mean? And there is a push for people to look at China in a certain way, and because of that push, it's affecting Asian people, not just Chinese people, because like you said, people can't determine who's Chinese and who's not. So everybody that's Asian is Chinese. And people don't understand that Asia is made up of 48 different countries,
Right.
speaks 48 different languages. You know what I'm saying? With 48 different cultures and histories and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a lot different. Like, you know, just because somebody's Asian doesn't mean they know anything about China. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like because of, you know, what's going on in our world, and this is bigger, like it stems from something bigger than just the streets, like, you know, what we know in LA or in New York. This is stemming from some worldly shit, right?
Mhm.
And what we're seeing is just a byproduct of whatever agenda or whatever, you know, shit is being pushed. So I don't see that agenda being not pushed, being stopping. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as the agenda keeps on being pushed for anti, you know, Chinese sentiments and shit like that, anti-China or whatever, because of the government, because of what they're doing, and because of you know, their rise or whatever, right? I feel like there's gonna be more, you know, more sentiments, anti-Chinese sentiments and shit like that. So I honestly don't see these things stopping.